Well, still in the water. I must have forgotten to do it for a few days and just didn't realize it. It was really, really low. It was over a quarter tank, a quarter tank low. It wasn't at a quarter tank. It was just low a quarter of a tank, which is really unusual for me. So Carolyn just turned on the pump. So I'm running the generators to fill this up. I just trickle it, that way I don't have to keep an eye on it. I can walk away from it. If I run it full blast, I can only run it for about 10 minutes at a time, and then I gotta let the well fill up. So business has picked up a little bit over the last 2 days. So still waiting for a bracket for that mower. That's the one with the damaged PTO. He's hit a rock with it. This is the third time it's been here. He really treats this machine rough. So come to the blade. I don't know if you can see it, but these are brand new blades, and he smacked something so hard it has peeled the metal up on this blade on both sides and the center blade. And then I know you can't hardly, I guess I'm not really showing it very well, but then the blade itself feels like it's serrated, like a serrated knife. So he really hit something hard. And then I verified all the measurements of the new PTO. I exchanged out the PTO, so I got the PTO in. So I took the old PTO and the new PTO, and I measured them, and they're within 15 thousandths of each other, which is, some companies have higher standards than others. So since it's an aftermarket, they probably have a lower tolerance or a higher tolerance range. And I actually think it's 10 thousandths, but you're trying to get a caliper in there, it's pretty tough to do. And then this guy is, he's got a broken spindle pulley on it. So the pulley has completely come off. But then when you look at the spindle itself, it's a wobbling really bad. You can see this one doesn't do that. So got that ordered up. The spindle itself, it'll be here tomorrow. But the pulleys won't be here till Friday. This one's interesting. This is literally my next door neighbor. I've met him once, maybe twice. I think once though. 5 years ago. Maybe 6. So that was interesting. And then today I got 2 pieces of equipment in. Same customer. Got this one, and he said it would die when they let go of the handle. So that's just the unloader valve here. Needed cleaned up, so you take that out, clean it some carb cleaner, make sure everything's loose on the inside. Take this out, make sure everything's cleaned up. And then what I did was I loosened this nut. That loosens the unloader valve. I loosened it completely up, and then I just tightened it a little bit at a time. And so it is one turn less than what it was set at. It was set at, there was 4 threads exposed when I set it, or when I opened it, but it's at 3 now, so it won't have quite as much pressure to have to unload. And then we got this is just a service. I haven't done a service on since March. That's all they wanted was a service, but this has a mouse nest in it, so that's going to cost a little extra to get fixed up. I have a filter for it already, and I try to keep a stockpile of filters, and then as soon as I use one I order. So I've got one in order, so I'll get busy on this tomorrow morning. And then that PTO one, the one that had the bad blades, the one that he just dinged the heck out of, the bracket will be here tomorrow. So I'll get this done before the mail runs, and then I just got to change the oil and check the belts and change the blade. I think he gave me new blades. Yeah, here they are. I better put these over here. Yeah, I put new blades on this last year. But he wants new ones. He's already got them. He bought them. So, okay. So, business is picking up a little bit. But, you know, I've said several times now that I've been worried about how slow it's been this year. It's been extremely slow. And it has had me concerned that I've done something wrong. But I've constantly looking on Facebook, and I'm looking on, you know, my Google account, and I'm not getting any bad reviews. And I told you in yesterday's video that, I don't know, maybe 20 people recommending me. Actually, what's interesting, to this guy. Now, that's what's funny, is this guy had used me last year. I'd serviced this last year. So he wanted to, I don't know, work on pressure washer and a wood splitter. So anyway, he messaged, you know, he left a message because I guess he forgot my phone number. He left a thing on Facebook, and, you know, 25 people recommended me. So, I mean, I feel like I have a good reputation. And so I just can't imagine why nobody is coming here. And Carolyn and I have been talking about it a lot. You know, every one of these are built differently. You have to figure it out every time you get one. Okay, how's this one operate? I don't remember. I want to lower the blades. Look at that mess. Woo. I guess that's why they bring them in here. Yeah, that belt looks good. Yeah, I'll have to investigate how to lower it down. I don't remember. Oh, I see. It's one of these gizmos. So you gotta hold this and run this down. There. Now we can look at it. This has a, did I say this? I may have said this already. This has a mouse nest in it. So I got to get that out of there. So I feel like I'm getting the same number of riding mowers that I got each year before, prior to this one. The services have been slowing down a little bit, but I don't know, maybe last year I didn't get that many services after March, April time frame. I don't remember. I mean, I had a lot of services in March, but really haven't had much after that. So let's just forget about the service for now, and let's just say I have been getting an ample number of riding mowers. The push mowers and weed eaters have been dang near non-existent. Well, as far as weed eaters, I've only had one here this whole year, which is extremely unusual. Usually I have one or two or three a week. So, but I've just never really known. I just didn't pay attention to it. I didn't really have any idea that's what was happening. I just knew that I wasn't as busy as I was last year. And I've really been trying to figure it out, but we've been focusing on things like, I don't know, gas, the economy, all of which I don't think is that bad around here. I mean, you figure people are coming out here from the Kansas City with their boats. They're filling up their boats with gas. They're getting their boats detailed. I see it online all the time, looking for somebody to detail my boat. So you're telling me they're going to detail their boat, but they're not going to get the lawnmower worked on. So I just didn't understand. So I went with reputation. I was thinking, well, it must be something with my reputation. And I wasn't sure how to really fix it because I didn't know what I was doing wrong. Other than being a grump, I told you that many times. So I just didn't know what I was going to do. But when I realized I hadn't gotten any weed eaters, it started got me to thinking about, well, I haven't really gotten that many push mowers either. I mean, I've gotten a couple push mowers, but really not that much. I'm not even sure I've gotten that many. I'm trying to think. I got one here now, but I'm betting I've only had probably less than half a dozen push mowers. So now things are starting to make sense. I'm starting to understand what's going on. Everybody's switching over to battery power stuff. I mean, it's interesting, I haven't gotten any pressure washers either, so kind of making me think people are going to electric pressure washers too. But I don't even know if you can hardly buy a gasoline pressure weed eater anymore. You go to Walmart, all you see is electric. I don't think there's any gas at Walmart. So the so you have to so you buy the electric, and I don't know if anybody really is going to go out and buy a still weed eater anymore. I mean, you might get somebody, but not really anybody is really that interested in getting a high-powered weed eater. But I noticed yesterday my neighbor, the one that was using that brought that mower over, I met him 5 years ago. He's got 5 acres over there, and he's got this huge ditch, and he is using an electric weed eater. And I figured, my goodness, if he's going to use an electric weed eater on his ditch on 5 acres, I can only imagine what those lake people are doing. There's no way they're using gas weed eaters anymore. It's got to be easier to store those things. So my point is, I'm feeling better. I don't know how to make up for the loss of business, but I don't know if I really need to be honest. I mean, the ultimate goal is to just make sure I get 2 lawnmowers a week so I can make a YouTube video. That is the ultimate goal. Not 2 lawnmowers, 2 repairs. So, like the mouse nest, that's one video, and then I can do a service. That's another video. The PTO, that's one service, or one video. The other mower, I get maybe 2 out of that one, because I got to replace that PTO and I got to do a service on it. You know, I don't want to do videos on service because they don't really do well in Google search, and that's what I'm really focused on, is Google search. But it does keep the momentum of the channel going. So if I have to do a service, I'll do a service, is my point. Google just does not pick up those services. I mean, maybe I could name it differently so Google would pick it up. I don't know. I'd have to figure it out. You know, I work with AI when we're titling things, because AI is, Gemini is running YouTube algorithm now. It's in charge, so it knows what YouTube wants and what Google wants. So I'll work with that, and maybe we can come up with different titling so those get picked up in YouTube search. And I don't like making videos of services. It slows me way down. I can get a service done in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but man, I do a video and it seems like it takes an hour. But that's okay. And what else is going on? And let's go check that water, make sure it's okay. You know, that grass, people leave that grass on there, but that's what rusts out your mower. If you get a little scratch in your paint, And let me check to make sure we got full pressure. I don't want to run that well dry. It's easy to check. Yeah, we're doing okay. So if you get a little scratch on there, that grass holds water. And you can see that grass was all full of water. And so that it just sits there and it rusts that little scratch in your deck. And then they say John Deere mowers are terrible. Well, it's not really that John Deere mowers are terrible. It's that you don't take care of them. You got a comment today. You know, today's mowers are junk. And I just fundamentally disagree with that. I don't think they're junk. Certainly easier to work on. So I'm going to jump off of here. So if you click this up next box to take the video over to my other channel, really appreciate it. Go check it out. So hope I can inspire you. I don't know, analyze your problems so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.